up on an all-new episode of B to the Third Power. Join us as we sit down with culinary mastermind Chef Kisha Washington. Then, Pastor L.K. Floyd is in the house sharing with us all about his new coalition and upcoming book. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B to the Third Power starts now. To B to the Third Power here on You Broadcast Media. Hey, Cher Bear, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see your face.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was, I don't even know. Oh, no, I do know. It was good. It was good. I actually relaxed this weekend. So it was
Okay.
good. It was good. But come on, let's catch up because you did some amazing things this weekend. I'm not gonna get into that. So
Well,
what happened in your world since we've just been together? I
a
can't even
lot.
together.
A lot. You know me, I'm always doing something. So I went and visited with my daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I stayed down there for the week. It was so much fun. I enjoyed being down there with her. So that was nice. And then I caught up with my girls over the weekend. We were at Massanutten, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And of course, I had to let it in with a bang, right? Because you can't go somewhere and not let it in with a bang. And so I fell. I had a bad fall.
Not a
Yeah,
bang.
story of my life, right? It just can't go smoothly, right? So I fell,
Mm-hmm.
had a really bad fall. I went to the ER. They dug a hole in my hand today to get to get the gravel and stuff out.
I was going to say, but that looks better than what you sent me originally.
Yeah, the other hand, they wanted to heal naturally, so they told me to take all the bandages off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's ugly. So,
but it's all right because you know what, you're okay.
It's funny how my girls kicked into and was taking care of me, and then somebody had to drive my car all the way home, and so yeah, it was an adventure.
I was about to say, I mean, when is it not an adventure with you, Sherri?
Right. Like, can anything ever just go as planned? Like, I always have to throw a monkey wrench into something. So I even still have my band on my arm. It's crazy.
I was about to say, I meant to tell you, I was like, Sherri, you said
crazy.
But it's all good.
Right. So I guess that adds to the chapter in my life, right? The stories of Sherri Cook.
Yeah, we need to do the Chronicles of Sherri. I think that'll be quite interesting and entertaining. Yeah.
I think I'd definitely like to be where you were, relaxing on the couch.
Yeah, I didn't say I was on the couch, but I did.
Oh, okay.
I did relax.
Good.
I think I relaxed so much that I don't remember exactly how I did that.
Right.
That's the funny part. Yeah.
That's a good thing though.
I think I went you do your normal. So I went out to go shopping and stuff like that. And then, to restock the house and stuff. And then Sunday, I want to say I sat somewhere and watched a movie. I think. No, that's not true. Now I know why I can't remember. I did something that I've been saying I was going to do for a while and then just couldn't do it. See, it just took me a minute to remember. I don't know how I forgot, but literally I spent the whole day yesterday meal prepping.
Oh.
And so,
oh my goodness, I need to get into that.
Yeah. So I had fun because I've been watching this channel and they were like, it's some show called Bon Appetit Test Kitchen or something like that. So anyway, so they made this kale pesto. And I was like, I told James, I said, I think I can do that. Mm-hmm. So literally that's what I did for the first time. I made my own vegan, homemade vegan Alfredo sauce. Okay. And I made some homemade vegan pesto sauce. Okay. And well, it was kale pesto. Okay. And it was pretty darn delicious. And then I had some stuff. I should have sent you a picture. You would have been mad. Because I went and I had a good old squash about this big, this long.
No way.
So I took some leftover kale I had with that, and I did some carrots, some kale, and a squash saute dish.
Oh my goodness.
So I literally meal prepped all day long yesterday because I was like, you and I together have 2 shows per week. And then I have the sip and chat on Thursdays. Yeah. And I said, it seemed like every week, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to eat. I don't know what we're going to eat. And I said, I don't want to keep living like that. So yesterday I took time to meal prep. And so I did a big salad.
So you haven't called me to tell me when to come get my stuff out the garden. So I think I might just have to ride up on you and just.
You might, but see, you were gone. And literally, I tell you what, I got some stuff coming out this week.
Ride up. Because
later this week I got some stuff that should be coming out. I'm putting it aside for you.
Showing me pictures of cucumbers and squash is just making me a little antsy. So I think I'm just gonna have to roll up.
And then I have the watermelons that's out there. So I got like my watermelon is getting big. I'm gonna hook you up. I promise.
So when you see me on the ring, just walk into the back.
Go to the backyard. Get.
And Sherri just walking in the backyard, just with a bag.
I'm telling you, yes, I'm gonna hook you up. I promise this week, because I literally sent some out the door yesterday because my cousin was here and he was getting ready to go to my aunt's, and I was like, he went outside to get it, and I said, you know what? It's nothing I could do with it. I'm using what I already had. So I was like, go on and take it so it don't go bad. And he took it to my aunt's house and they loved it and was mad when it was all gone. So they're stalking me for it too. But My little garden has been amazing. It's small but mighty, baby. It's small but mighty, and the stuff that come out of it is fantastic.
I love it. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get myself together, and you should come over so we can look at my yard and see where the best place is to put one. Because I really want to do it.
We'll do that. I'll do that with you. Yeah. Then we'll look. Then we'll call up my resources and send pictures like I did. Say this is what I'm working with. But we're gonna get you started.
Yes.
But we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. Like amazing. So we don't want to hold you up, but there are a few housekeeping things that we do need to tell you. Remember, next week we are super duper excited. I put duper in there just for you, Sherri. Super duper excited. Why? Because it's our youth town hall summit. Yes. And we want youth. It's not too late for you guys to get registered. There's still time. The cutoff date is coming. So you need to get registered this week so you can participate. Remember, the show is Sunday, not Monday. It's a special edition. So we'll be live on Sunday, August the 23rd. I believe it's at 5 p.m. Be sure to join us, to join the conversation. We are talking to our youth, and it's presented by none other than Keon Works.
Hey. So I'm really, really excited about that. So like T said, make sure that you register. And if your children are into entrepreneurship or they're out in the community, we want to hear from them. And even if they're not out in the community, but just to be around motivated, go-getter youth, hey, register them today. I think it's like ages, what? 8
we
to
kept it open. Like
we left it open.
We had put an age on it before, which was more like the teenagers. But then we realized that we had some younger youth that are entrepreneurs and do have a voice and wanted to be a part. And we didn't want them to feel left out. So we lowered the age to just say youth.
And we're going to talk about everything. So it's not just going to be about entrepreneurship. It's going to be about this whole distance learning thing that's this new norm. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, systemic racism and how do they feel and their motivations toward change and all of that. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Me too. So with that said, you're going to have to hang on till the end for our other big announcements we have, okay? But for now, go and get your snack, grab you something good to drink, and baby, come on right back, because next up we have Pastor L.K. Floyd in the house, and he is going to be sharing with us all about his upcoming book and his community coalition. So be sure to stay tuned, and later we'll be joined by culinary mastermind chef Kisha Washington. So go on in here. We got a great show in mind. A great show in store for you. See, I need to take a quick break and refresh my brain with some water, but it's okay. But go on, take that break. We'll be right back. This is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media. It's official! Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B3rdPower will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards. Sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help make this a memorable event. If you'd like to participate and or nominate a community champion, please email us at B3rdPower@gmail.com with your nomination and support. This is an event you don't want to miss. B3rdPower, Community of Champion Awards. Be there.
Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Join us for a B3rdPower special edition. It's the Virtual Youth Summit Town Hall, presented by Keon Works. We're continuing the conversation and putting the pieces together for change. August the 23rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. We're calling all youth advocates, entrepreneurs, and empowerment program directors. Register today at eventbrite.com. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B3rdPower Youth Summit Town Hall. Be there.
Welcome back to B3rdPower. We are so excited this evening to have Pastor L.K. Floyd in the house. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm delighted and elated to be on with you on B3rdPower. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Yes, you know B3rdPower stands for being intentional, bridging gaps, and building communities, right?
Amen. And I agree with all three of those B's. Amen. Building, bridging, and being.
That's right.
An awesome platform. So we're looking forward to the conversation tonight. Looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Awesome. So tell us what you have going on and all that you're involved in, because I know you're always, out in the community. You stay about the community. So tell us more about what you have going on in the community.
Well, first and foremost, I'm the pastor of the Heart Changes Baptist Church, a church that was planted 13 years ago. But as in addition to what I do as a pastor of a church, we organized recently the Coalition of Churches and Community. So I'm a former president for the Ministers Conference of Washington, D.C. I was the youngest president in the history, like 135 years. And then following my tenure as president, myself, a group of ministers, as well as community leaders, came together to organize the Coalition of Churches and Community. Now, one of the things about the Coalition of Churches and Community that is interesting is it's a bridge. Y'all say you're bridging, right? You're bridging. Right. It's a bridge between the church, the sacred, and the community, the secular. And so we not only have ministers and preachers apart, but we also have community leaders, nonprofits, organizations, social justice groups, all apart for the purpose of fighting for education, equality, and economics.
Yes, and that has been going on before all of this, happened in the last 2 or 3 months. You had formed this coalition, I believe, a couple years ago, right? So you've definitely been doing this dedicated work for a while.
Yes, the inception actually began 2 years. We began to formalize things within the last year or so, but we were planning for 2 years doing activities and also fighting for justice. Martin Luther King said something that was very interesting and pivotal. He said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so I believe that it's incumbent upon not only the faith-based community, but the entire community at large to fight injustice wherever injustice may rear its head.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you completely. Completely. I agree with you
Yes.
completely. So, T, did you have any questions you want to ask? No?
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here soaking it all in, and
Well, I'll tell you some more about the coalition. Then, I'm never lost for words. As relates to the coalition, this past summer, we remember the Arbery case and also George Floyd, as the officer put his knee on his neck. And I think really in that issue, I don't think the issue was necessarily just the killing of George Floyd, but it was a deeper seated, rooted issue that we dealt with in America, because the picture of the officer's knee on the neck was a picture that many of us within the African American community in our subconscious and our psychosis deal with every day. When people saw the knee on George Floyd's neck, they were thinking about all the times that they had suffered injustice to the police. Every time they were pulled over, and all the time that this person, Trayvon Martin and Freddie Gray and Breonna Taylor, it was almost to show a sense of indignity to from the police force to the everyday African American male in the world. Now, here's the thing. What we did was we started marching and protesting at the Department of Justice. Remember, I just said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And one of the things we wanted to do was to speak truth to power and let them know that the laws of the land must be changed, and it's not okay for the criminal justice system to be unjust. And so really the Department of Justice is somewhat like Department of Injustice. And so we wanted to speak to that. But what we did was when we went down there, and if you look back on the Washington Post, you'll see it. If you look back on Channel 9 News, you'll see it. That what we did a prayer visual, because I think it's important not only for us to protest, but also for us to have prayed to deal with change in our nation. Then we went to St. John Church and stood in front of 1600 Black Lives Matter Plaza, where the President of the United States of America stood up and held a Bible in his hand. And so we wanted to be able to say that, listen, we don't just want to have Bibles in our hand, but we want to have the Word of God in our heart. And that's what we did as a coalition as well.
Awesome. Awesome movement.
yes.
And is it available for people to join or assist, or are you looking for anything with the coalition?
Sure, we're looking for you, and you. so listen. So here's how the coalition. If you you can join as a church, as a clergy member, as a nonprofit, or as an individual. And we are within the month of September. We're rolling out for everyone individual as well. On August the 7th, we have somewhat like a town hall meeting, and we're talking about voter registration, voter education. And so anybody can be a part of the coalition. You can go on Facebook and you can like the Coalition of Churches and Community, Coalition of Churches and Community, or you can get me on Facebook at LK Floyd, L.K space Floyd. And we also are focused on voter registration. One of our initiatives is, yes, we march. Yes, some people burn down their communities. Yes, all that happened. But now it's incumbent upon us to march to the polls.
It sure
Yes,
is.
absolutely.
And I'm not sure if you know, but I'm so glad that you came on today, because I'll share this with you briefly. We are definitely working on a few things. Some people that I'm associated with on getting people to the polls. And we're working on that now, on how that's going to look, how we're going to put it together community by community. So I definitely will share that information with you, because we definitely want some of the churches to get involved with that. And I'm not sure if you've heard me talk to Miss Alexis Dobbins. She's
Okay.
really doing some great things with that. So I'm hoping to meet with her soon so that we can hash some things out, because like you said, it is very important that we get out and vote. People not voting, that is a vote.
Yeah.
Right. You
That
saying
is
something.
that
You're
says
saying
something.
Yes.
So you got to get out and vote. You got to put in the vote, because not only are you voting for the president, but there are other seats that are there that need to be filled. So but I'll definitely talk to you about that later. Briefly, can you share with us real quick? I know that you have a book coming out. You're going to be an
Yes.
author soon. So
All
can
right.
you share that with us briefly, and let us know when we can look forward to this?
Well, we're looking forward, and I'm glad you mentioned the book part, because I was going to go on a tangent about the election, but I'm going to stop and talk about the book. But the book is coming out in the spring of 2021. It was scheduled to come out in 2020, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a conference centered around the book, a one-day session about finding purpose, and the book title is From Doubt to Destiny. From Doubt to Destiny. I just want to give you a couple of quick thoughts from the book. One of the things, the first chapter in the book is ordinary. And many of us, we live an ordinary, mundane existence and not realize that God calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And so what we're trying to do in the book is to get people to move out the realm of ordinary and move to the realm of extraordinary. Extraordinary is when you move beyond your expectations and limits to achieve more.
Yeah.
All right. Another chapter in the book was it's okay to be different. We are taught to fit in. We're taught to be status quo. We're taught to be like everybody else, but it's okay to be different. And then one of the chapters is eliminating excuses. Helen Keller.
Now that right there is going to be my absolute favorite. Yes, please make sure that you hit on all of that, because the excuses are,
eliminating excuses. Excuses are tools of the incompetent, which build monuments of nothingness, and those in specializing themselves go far. Difficulty on the road of victory is opportunity for God to work. One of the parts in the book, we talk about Helen Keller. Now, Helen Keller was an author, a women's rights advocate, but she was born blind and partially deaf. And one of the things that Helen Keller, even though she graduated from school, think about this. She graduated from school. She did a lot of wonderful things, wrote a book, but she was blind and deaf. She said one of the worst things to being born blind is to have sight but no vision.
Yeah. I think you just got us and gave us a word.
Like, look, we need to go and have you back so we can do nothing but talk.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm in sight but no vision, and so
sight with no vision.
Yeah, cultivate your vision and walking in purpose. And so it's going to be a phenomenal book. We're going to start advertising it within the next few months. But you're the first ones, one of the first ones to hear about From Doubt to Destiny. And so I'm just excited about it. I'm excited.
Well, we're excited for you. I mean, the book alone, just what you shared, I am excited to read it. Like, I can't wait till it comes out, because that is so real. And it's something that I try to teach my children now, is that it's okay to be different. Mm-hmm. I tell Sherri and I just had this conversation this past week, and I was telling her, cater to your strengths. That's something I had to learn. Like, when you're concentrating always on your weaknesses because, people say I need to work on this and I need to work on that. No, we each were given our own strengths for a reason, because when we come together, we complement each other. What I may be strong in, you may not. You may be strong in an area that I am not. And that's where our uniqueness comes in catering to our strengths. So I love that. And I cannot wait for your book to come out so that I can share it with some folks that need it.
Awesome. Because one of the questions is, how can it be okay to be different when you were taught to fit in? So we were taught to walk in lines. We were taught to wear uniforms. we were taught to fit in. But how is that okay? But I'm looking forward. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all having me on Beat the Third Power.
Thank you for joining us, and I'm so glad. I know we had a couple cancellations, and I'm so glad you were patient with us and you stuck it out and it's here. But guess what? You will definitely be coming back to joining us again, because we have a lot more information to share. The coalition is forever moving, so that means they're always doing stuff, and we definitely want to keep the community updated on everything that's going on, because we are all about being intentional, bridging gaps, and building communities, right?
Yes,
That's right.
Yes.
So, all right.
Well, thank you. Just call my name and I'll be there.
All right now. Well, you guys know what it is time to do. We're gonna go and take this quick break. And when we come back, Chef Kisha Washington will be joining us. And let me tell you, if you haven't already shared it, make sure you share this live now. Like, love, and share, okay? There's a culinary artist out here. Ooh, I like that, culinary artist out here that needs this mastermind. So come on back on the other side of this break. This is B to the Third Power here on You Broadcast Media.
It's official! Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B to the Third Power will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards. Sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help make this a memorable event. If you'd like to participate and or nominate a community champion, please email us at B3rdPower@gmail.com with your nomination and support. This is an event you don't want to miss. B to the Third Power, Community of Champion Awards. Be there. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Join us for a B3rdPower special edition. It's the Virtual Youth Summit Town Hall, presented by Keon Works. We're continuing the conversation and putting the pieces together for change. August the 23rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. We're calling all youth advocates, entrepreneurs, and empowerment program directors. Register today at eventbrite.com. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B3rdPower Youth Summit Town Hall. Be there.
Welcome back to B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media. Oh, baby, the chef is in the house. We are so excited to have with us Chef Kisha Washington. Welcome.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
We are so glad and excited to have you with us. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Doing good. Doing really
good.
excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Look, we should have had you cook a meal, but that's okay. We're going to preserve that for the behind the scenes chat. That's what we'll preserve that for. But in the meantime, go ahead and share with us. Now, you have 3 pillars to your business, or as I've been calling it, to your culinary master plan, right?
Right.
So you have the key ingredient, the
Yes.
kitchen spectrum, and the cook's creed, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what each of those are.
Okay, so the my first business, which is the baby of the business, is the Key Ingredient LLC. It's a private dining and chef table experience business. So I go to clients' homes and do all kinds of private dining, private dinners, events and stuff like that. It's really nice. It's been kind of, since COVID, it's been kind of slow a little bit, but it's still going on. People are still wanting dinner and everything. The second business is called the Kitchen Spectrum Collective. And that's the middle business, because that is kind of like a one-stop shop for chefs to get their menu development, website building, menu branding, all kinds of different things that they can do to help their business grow.
Yes.
And so that business has a lot of moving parts to it. And then, of course, the next business is actually a nonprofit. It's called Cook's Creed Foundation. And that business is fairly new, but it's growing by leaps and bounds. It's been keeping me busy. That's the nonprofit organization that does scholarships and funding. We also do mental health resources as well and mentorship. So those are my 3 businesses. 2 of them I started during COVID. I know it's a big risk, but I love taking risks. So yeah, so those are the businesses.
Amazing, amazing. So let me start with the last one you mentioned, just simply because, you know, we're all about being intentional, bridging gaps and building community, right?
Right.
And
absolutely.
what I heard you say is that you are doing those things in that business.
Absolutely.
So when you say scholarships, is it just for culinary, or are you doing scholarships just in general across the board?
So it's going to be a bit of the culinary scholarships, but the scholarships and grants and funding is going to be for a number of different things. So it's not just going to be for culinary programs or culinary schools that students are going into, but it's going to be for individuals that need knives and jackets, and maybe if they want to get into competition cooking, maybe they need a registration fee or something like that paid. So it's a number of different things that we want to provide, not just for the programs, but a number of different things. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Like you're going all around the spectrum, like, you know, hey, you want to get into this competition, you're trying to get on Chopped, or whatever the show is on the Food Network. I'm going to hook you up to help you get there.
Exactly.
Love that. Love it. And even with the mental health component, that is
my gosh,
huge.
That's a huge thing. Yeah, that's a huge thing that we're trying to work on. Yeah.
And I love that even now you're thinking, like, even in this industry, you are still thinking about what people's mental hygiene is like and helping to relieve that.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's great because, you know, cooking is a piece for a lot of people. You know, it brings them a lot of peace, and maybe that's a way of dealing and coping with their mental health through the process, and, you know, catching on to that new hobby, and that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know, Sherri's favorite dish to cook is fried chicken.
Yes.
That's a good dish though.
Fried chicken. My son will call me and be like, "Ma, so you gonna fry some chicken?"
Oh.
I love it. She said, I can't cook nothing else but some fried chicken. And
that's all right though.
Look, that helps with her cooking, her mental hygiene.
And Kisha, you see my last name is Cook, right?
Right.
But that is not my thing. I can do it. Don't get me wrong. I can do it. I just am not the kitchen type. I don't want to be in the kitchen. It's not a joy for me. It's like a chore. But I'll go in there, you know, no problem. As a matter of fact, he's like eyeing me now because he wants a chocolate cake. So I'll do it, you know, but it's just it's not like no thanks.
Yeah.
Now, with the kitchen spectrum.
Yes.
Love that. Like, when I say you are working around, you got something for the beginners. And you have people, you know, if you just want to get into, or maybe you're established and need some help with what you're doing. But I also love that you're helping people with branding. Because let me listen. So Kisha and I, for you guys that don't know, most of our audience does not know, viewers don't know. Kisha and I met.
Yes.
Touring a kitchen together. And I thought it was phenomenal because as I'm doing kombucha, you know, she's there because she's a chef. She does real food. I don't do real food just yet. But needless to say, it's a lot that goes into the food business.
It is.
Like, it's more than just you wanting to, I make cakes really great, and so I'm going to go start selling my cakes. No, you can go sell your cakes if you want to, but at some point, the health department is going to start coming looking for you
Yes.
Should somebody get sick, there's so much more that goes into that. You need to have your licensing and so much more. And I love that you have something in place to help
yes.
chefs,
Absolutely.
new coming chefs to begin to get their house in order with their business. That's big, because it's not safe anymore to just sell stuff out your house.
That's that's absolutely correct. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right.
So you do branding, you do websites, whether they need a landing page, because this is stuff that people don't think about. People don't think about, I need a website. They're just thinking, I'm going to sell this dinner, I'm going to sell this cake. And no, you need branding. People need to know who you are. Right. And so what else can you share with our viewers of some of the things that they need just outside of in the branding and other? What should they be looking for if they're new and they want to start their business?
You definitely want to get a landing page or a website. That's probably one of the biggest things that you will probably work on in your business. If you want people to know kind of who you are, what you're all about, what you're doing, you definitely want a landing page or a website. And then it kind of goes into social media presence, because that's a huge thing that a lot of people aren't really talking about. Is social media. That's possibly where your customers are at. And if your customers are there, you need to have some type of branding to get those types of customers. What does your aesthetic looks like when it comes to your business? If I'm selling cupcakes and cakes, I don't want something that is off of what I'm trying to promote. So websites, a landing page. What else could they possibly do? There's a number of different things, I think, that would possibly help with growing your business. Right, with growing your business. Social media is a big thing. I've noticed that my social media has grown a lot, especially Instagram and Facebook, with posting pictures and food that I make and my menus and stuff like that. That's kind of how I've built up my clientele. So a lot of times people just kind of post pictures on Instagram or Facebook, and you're not necessarily thinking about what you're actually selling or what you're promoting. So to me, I feel like that's a big thing. Social media.
Yeah, Instagram is really big, because I found several people on Instagram. If you take the right picture, baby, and you say this is available tomorrow, guess who's coming? Because see, it's an audience out there for it, right? There's a customer base out there for it. There's some people that know how to fix it. There's some people that don't know how to fix it. And there are people like me that are going to come through, okay? Show me a good picture. Now, I am going to expect for my plate to look like that picture. I ain't playing with y'all. Make sure my plate looks like that picture, okay? Right. Don't play with me. Right. Don't hold back on the sauce. Don't hold back on the chives. If that's what you put in the picture, that's what I want my stuff to look like.
Exactly.
But I found several people that way. Instagram. Yeah. And then they put me on like a text thing where they text out special.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know what that's
a lot of
called.
Businesses. That's a lot of good businesses. Yeah, that's a really good idea for businesses that sell like cupcakes or mini desserts or like different types of food plates. That's a good thing, so that you get a text when something is going out or when they have a promotion or something. So yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm like, oh, okay, you give me 10% off, 15% off tomorrow. I'll be there.
Right. Exactly.
Now, Kisha, if someone wants your help, how can they get in contact with you? Or if they want to receive that text that gives the menu for the week, how can they get in contact with you?
So I can be reached at Kisha, KISHA, D Washington @gmail.com. Go check us out on Instagram. I have tons of Instagram pages for each business, but my Instagram page is Chef Kish, KISH_DYAN. I post a lot of food photography and stuff on my pages. And yeah, check us out at any of the websites. The Key Ingredient LLC.com or at the kitchenspectrumcollective.com or cookscreedfoundation.org.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Keisha, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Enjoyed you.
But can I put an? I'm interrupting. So when you come cook for the behind the scenes chat, can you make something like crab cakes?
Oh, that sounds good.
look at T's face. And you're right here in the area, right?
I am. I'm actually in Virginia, but I do DC, Maryland, and Virginia area.
Oh, no problem. I drive.
Okay.
Hey, Keisha, we're gonna have an offline chat.
All right.
Because you can't cook. Listen, before I went vegan, that was one of my favorite.
Oh wow!
Favorite food.
I need some crab cakes.
She wrong, but that's okay because I'm gonna talk to you about what vegan dish you gonna help prepare for me doing that night. Because she won't play dirty with the crab cake.
Right, I'm playing dirty. I'm playing real dirty.
But that's okay. I'm gonna put my bid in too. But again, Keisha, we thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So much fun. I cannot wait. Y'all better pay attention, honey, for the night that she do behind the scenes chat. You're going to want to tune in to watch the cooking demo. But we thank you so much for joining us. You guys know what it is. Make sure you reach out to Chef Kisha Washington. She's giving you several avenues to reach her. Check her out on Instagram and or Facebook. But as always, time flies when we're having fun. We got to take a quick break and we'll be right back. We got some special things we want to remind you guys of. We'll be right back. This is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media. Welcome back to B to the Third Power here on You Broadcast Media. Man, what an amazing show we've had.
Yes, awesome as usual.
I was gonna say I can't even tell a story. Pastor L.K. Floyd, he was talking about Martin Luther King, and I don't know, but it's like I could see him as Martin Luther King. Like he reminded me so much of him as he was talking. You know what I mean?
And he's and you know what, I love when people are passionate about something and you can hear it in their voice, right? Like just very passionate about community and changing the community and social injustice and changing things. Just very passionate, and you can totally hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very passionate about it, which I thought was just amazing, and just all the work that he's doing in the community, even with down to the I don't want to call it the last minute, but this last stretch for voting. Amazing, and I cannot wait for his book to come out. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to have him back to talk about that as well. So you guys out there, B3 family, make sure you go look up the coalition, tap in, become a part, definitely become a part of the coalition to help move us forward. Then with Chef Kisha, OMG, like I told you, culinary mastermind. Yes. All aspects. So she has her own business as a chef, but then she's not just being successful for herself, but she's finding a way to reach back, mentor, help bring other people into the fold to get what they need. Amazing stuff. I love it.
I'm loving it.
Being intentional, bridging gaps
and building communities. Come on now, because the people got it.
Yes, that's the B3. That's the B3 creed. We are being intentional, bridging gaps, and building community. And with that being said, we are celebrating the community on September the 13th. Have you nominated your community champion? That is just stutter over community. I sure did.
It's okay.
Have you nominated your community champion to be rewarded and honored for the work that they're doing in the community? If you have not, be sure to make sure that you do. You can go to our website, B3rdPower.com. That's B3rdPower.com. and nominate your person, your community champion today. I'm telling you, the review is about to begin, and you do not want your person to be left out. This is the last stretch. You probably have about 1 week. This is the last week you can nominate your people. After that, the nominations are closed and the selections will begin. So we don't want your champion to be left out, okay?
And make sure that if you want to nominate yourself, we oftentimes say encourage yourself. If you feel like you're doing great things in the community, go ahead, log on to B3rdPower.com, nominate yourself. Nominate your organization. Is your organization doing something within the B3rd Power scope, being intentional, bridging gaps, or building community? Nominate your own organization because it's important. Don't sit back and say, "Oh, we weren't recognized." We won't know if we don't get recognized. And we've received several submissions, but we're really, really eager to receive a lot more. So that we can make sure that it's fair across the board. So, we're just really excited about this. Even though we're not in person, it's still going to be a black carpet affair, baby. It's still going to be grand.
We're going to party, baby.
Yes.
We're going to party and we're going to celebrate. And because our time is running out, we want to make sure that we mention to you guys one more time, go to B3rdPower.com. If you haven't already done so, register your youth for the Youth Summit Town Hall that is taking place this Sunday, August the 23rd at 5 p.m. You can certainly watch it here on Facebook. However, if you want to join the conversation, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you must register. So be sure to go to B3rdPower.com and register your youth today. Almost said teen, but register your youth today. And don't forget, it is being presented by Keon Works.
Keon Works, baby, where we are keeping each other motivated.
because it works.
Yes. But as always, time flies when you're having so much fun. It has been an amazing show. Remember to like, love, and share this episode. You never know who needs this information. And guess what? We may not know them, but you do. Share the love, baby. Share the love. And remember, today is a fantastic day to make a difference in the lives of those that are around you. I am Lynn Tate.
And I'm Sherri Cook.
And this has been B3rd Power here on You Broadcast Media. Have a fantastic week, everybody.